afternoon of February 18th, 2017, we set out to railfan the Canadian National Shelby subdivision. The ex-Illinois Central Shelby sub is CN's freight line through town, with only 2 Amtraks and a couple locals running on the Memphis sub off to the west. This line tends to be busier in the afternoon. In the 40 minutes we were there, we saw 3 trains. Before we headed over to the CN line, we stopped by at Norfolk Southern's Harris Yard and caught train 16A slowly coming up the West Main line into the yard with a rare Dash8.5 in the trailing position. This was the first Dash8.5 I had ever caught. Norfolk Southern only has 11, and only 3 are currently in service with the rest in storage. The Dash8.5 rebuilds feature a new Norfolk Southern designed wide cab to replace the old standard cab, electronic fuel injection, NS designed split cooling system, and new traction motors. The Dash8.5 program was ended last year and is generally considered a failure. The rebuilt units were plagued by unreliability and frequently stuck in the shop with different issues. Getting our shots of 16A, we headed over to the Hollywood Street crossing and settled down to wait for some CN action. We didn't have to wait long. We were surprised by our first train of the day, a northbound CN manifest with an older EMD in the lead. After the northbound cleared Hollywood, along came a southbound manifest with a rare CN Cowl Dash8 in the lead, still wearing the old 1990s era zebra stripe paint scheme. As the end of the southbound manifest passes, notice just how close the CN line is to Norfolk Southern's Harris Yard. You can see a train stopped in the yard off in the distance. A few hundred yards from where we were filming, the CN line ducks under the NS yard and continues on south towards their own massive yard in South Memphis. Our third and final train we caught that afternoon was a southbound tanker train with a newer Tier 4 GE in the lead. Unlike the other 2 trains, which took us somewhat by surprise, we were ready for this one and had the camera set up in a more advantageous viewing position. train is another G locomotive working as a distributed power unit, or DPU, remotely controlled from the front of the train. After this, we decided to call it a day and head home. The Dash 8.5 would later lead an eastbound 16A out of Harris Yard that evening under the cover of darkness.